Hey y'all, welcome to B's Intuition. I'm B and I'm back with another general collective energy message. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I do cuss and I do tell the truth, so if you don't like either one of the two, then you probably should move on. I've already prayed over the cards and the energy, so we're just going to hop in and get this message. Please remember to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe, especially to those of you that are viewing the channel that have not yet subscribed. You don't want to miss out on the messages that God has for you. Also, please remember to take what resonates only and leave the rest for whoever it's for. Every message will not be your message. So with that being said, y'all, let's hop in. Hope you guys are having a blessed day on today. For those of you that don't know, we do have a Patreon page. It is B's Intuition on Patreon, so you guys are more than welcome to join us. So I keep hearing intuition, and actually I seen 111 like multiple times yesterday. So you could be seeing the angel number 111. Somebody's being asked to, like trust their intuition, listen to their intuition. There definitely could be something, that could be about to take place. This could have something to do with somebody making a decision. This could have something to do with a person. This could have something to do with, a job. This could have something to do, with a family situation. Somebody's just being told, to trust their intuition, listen to their intuition. So let's just hop in and see what's going on, y'all. Holy Spirit. We got under the microscope. So somebody, could be under the microscope. Somebody, could be watching somebody, heavily. Or, like somebody is being watched heavily. Under the microscope is also giving me too, something is about to be discovered. Somebody, could have been watching somebody for a long time. Or somebody, has been being watched for a long time. Yeah, at the bottom of the deck we got what you are feeling is real. So, I mean, when you look at something under the microscope, you're looking at something closely. So, if like somebody, is looking at a person closely, whatever, like somebody is feeling about this person, it's real. Whatever somebody, is looking into, it's real. Or, it's, it's giving me, somebody, like knows the truth. But maybe, they could be confused, Maybe they're not trusting their intuition. Maybe they're not, hearing their intuition. But whatever somebody is feeling is real out here. We got surrender and give up. So somebody, could be surrendering. Somebody, could be giving up. Yeah. And there is something that somebody has to tell somebody. So, somebody definitely, could, be surrendering, to the law, So somebody, could have been running from the law for, a while. And they're possibly, surrendering. Or, somebody, can no longer, do what they've been doing. And so, yeah, they could be giving up, and then, they could, tell somebody the truth. But whoever this person is, they possibly can't think for themselves. So this is somebody, that possibly, goes to, other people, for any and everything, when it comes to their life. Somebody doesn't have emotional maturity out here is also what I'm picking up. Why is this under the microscope here? Yeah, somebody's life is descending. Somebody's life could be regressing. Yeah. There's somebody, that, yeah, like they could have, been on top, of, like the mountain. But it's giving me, somebody, doing stuff illegal to get on top of the mountain. And maybe, they can't do it anymore. And so, yeah, they have to come back down to the valley. Somebody, could live in the valley. Somebody could be from, California. But somebody's life is definitely regressing. That could be why, they could be surrendering. They could be, giving up. But somebody definitely is. Under the microscope, somebody is being watched very, very heavily out here. Somebody's a sitting duck out here. Or there's somebody, that's been ducking, telling somebody something, and so they could be about to like surrender the information, or like just like get it over with, and just tell somebody whatever it is that they have to tell somebody. Why is this surrender? Give up. There's also somebody, that could have been causing some type of confusion behind the scenes. And, it's not working, when it comes to the person that they're trying to cause some type of confusion for. And so, they're spending, a lot of time in their life, trying to cause some type of confusion or trying to take somebody down. And, they could be realizing that, like their life is regressing behind doing so. There could be a lot of people, that could be laughing at somebody. There could be a lot of people, that could be talking about somebody. Yeah, the Justice card came out. So Libra energy. You could be a Libra, have Libra in your chart. Yeah, there's air out here. So yeah, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So somebody possibly could surrender. Like to, the justice system. Somebody, could, like give up, be like, I can no longer run, from this. I might as well turn myself in or whatever have you. But somebody definitely, could be getting, like the big book thrown at them. So somebody, could be, like in serious trouble out here. This could also have something to do, like spiritual law, so somebody, could have broken spiritual law by trying to put somebody under the microscope. So somebody, could have, like spiritually trespassed. They weren't supposed to be watching somebody. They weren't supposed to be, like getting information on somebody, somebody, cross some type of boundaries when they decided, to like go in somebody's Akashic records, and they not have permission. Wow. They have something to tell you. I don't know if somebody thought, that somebody, was going to like surrender or give up. So this is like, somebody, thinking that they're on top of the mountain, when they run everybody, yeah. Somebody, that possibly gets a kick out of, using their power, to try to control people, or using, like something to try to control people. And they're realizing that, like it doesn't work on, somebody. Yeah, somebody's no longer going back and forth with somebody out here. Somebody's no longer allowing, like somebody, like to pull on their heartstrings. There's also somebody, that, they can no longer, like pull on somebody's energy out here. So that further lets me know, that somebody definitely, has possibly, like, entered into some type of unfamiliar territory, and they don't know what to do, whether it be, like spiritually or physically. Wow. There's also somebody that wants to act like that, they didn't pick a side, so I wasn't on their side and I wasn't on your side. But I feel like somebody definitely, picked a side. Somebody definitely, needs to, like stay neutral in the situation. Yeah, but somebody didn't pick a side. They didn't pick hot or cold. They try to stay lukewarm. Wow. Why is this life is descending out here? Four of Pentacles. There's a masculine energy involved. So somebody, could have a masculine energy under the microscope, or there's a masculine energy that has somebody under the microscope. The month of April could be significant. Somebody could be an Aries or a Taurus. But yeah, somebody's holding on to some information. So somebody, could be surrendering some information, giving up, and, revealing that information. Somebody's finances are descending as well. So maybe, like somebody doesn't have, like the finances to continue to do, whatever they were doing to somebody. And that's why, they want to surrender and give up. Yeah, something is definitely about to be brought to somebody's attention with the Six of Wands. But this is also, too, like a victory. So somebody definitely, could, like come out the victorious one. Or that's why, somebody could be waving the white flag, because that's what this surrender and give up is giving me. Somebody definitely, could be a Gemini or a Cancer. Somebody could be 46 years old or 64 years old. Why's this justice here? Yeah, somebody's a liar out here. Somebody's deceitful out here with the Seven of Swords. So somebody, they could have, like been withholding information from somebody about something that they have done to somebody. Yeah, somebody's hiding something. So whoever this is that's hiding something, they definitely, have something to tell somebody. Somebody could be 47 years old or 74 years old, or somebody could be born in 1974. Somebody could be a Cancer or a Leo. But whatever, whatever's been hidden, it's about to be brought to somebody's attention. Somebody definitely, could have been doing something for attention. Somebody could be born in 1976 or 1967. Pulling on your heartstrings in the reverse. Knight of Swords. So somebody's been talking shit out here. Somebody's all up in their head, because it's a lot of swords out here. So somebody definitely is all up in their head. So maybe, like somebody's been thinking about something for a long time, and they've just been, like holding on to it. Yeah, something's hidden. April the 18th could be significant. July the 18th could be significant. There's also somebody, that wants to act like, that they want to be somebody's knight in shining armor. But I feel like whoever this person is, they're deceitful. Or, they've done something that's deceitful, that they've been, like hiding. But something about, the full moon. So somebody, could have done something on the full moon thinking that somebody was going to surrender or give up to. But I feel like it could have, it could have backfired on somebody. Yeah, we got the Lovers behind the moon. So something about a hidden lover could be significant. Yeah, Gemini energy. Heavy Libra, Gemini, Aquarius out here. Why is this Four of Pentacles here? Somebody could lose a key. But something about, missing information or hidden information. Somebody, could be, like have somebody under the microscope, trying to figure out, what they know. Yeah. But somebody definitely is holding on to somebody. Yep. Somebody possibly, thought, whatever they were doing was going to stop somebody, from like working hard. But somebody, is, they're sustaining life out here. Somebody's about to get stung, or something about a sting. So there could be some type of, like a sting, like raids or whatever have you, that could take place. But somebody, they've grown tremendously out here. Somebody, could, like be, well respected, in their community, in their neighborhood, in their city, in their state. But somebody's fearless out here. So whatever somebody or some people were trying to do, it was to cause somebody to, like surrender or to give up. But there's also somebody, that, they're working really, really, really hard, to, cause somebody, to, I don't know, somebody, wants somebody to commit a crime, so they can get locked up. Or, somebody, is working really, really hard, to, frame somebody or set somebody up. So I feel like somebody just needs to be aware. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people, there's somebody or some people that want, somebody, to, be on edge, but it's in the reverse. If y'all see, it's a woman on this card, but yeah, like they're on the edge of the cliff about to jump off. Somebody's not on the edge of the cliff. Somebody's not to jump off, somebody needs to know that there are many more things for them to discover. So somebody, doesn't need to give up. So people, wanted somebody to give up out here. Mm-hmm. Seven of Swords. Yeah, surrender, give up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody's not hitting a brick wall. Or like some type of obstacle, that somebody, could have put in somebody's way. Yeah, like somebody jumped over that obstacle. Somebody got around that obstacle. But somebody definitely, could hit a brick wall. I don't know. That could be, like literally, like somebody, could smash into a brick wall. But I'm also picking up too, somebody can't penetrate. Somebody can't penetrate somebody's energy anymore. Like somebody, has already, cut somebody off, and so, yeah, somebody, has put up, like a big boundary. Mm-hmm. But there's also somebody, that, they have some type of defense mechanism, or, they're trying to use some type of defense mechanism against somebody. But somebody, could be very guarded. So I feel like that whatever, like defense mechanism that somebody, could be trying to use against somebody, yeah, it's not working. So maybe that's why somebody, wants to surrender or give up. Somebody's hard to reach out here. Or somebody lied and said that somebody was hard to reach. Maybe, like somebody, told somebody or some people, that, they were trying to, like get in contact with somebody so that they can return something that they stole. Or, so that they can apologize. So they try to lie and say that somebody was hard to reach. Yeah, but there's also, somebody, that, they could have some type of defense mechanism to where, they run, when stuff gets hard or whatever, they don't know how to face, situations head on like adult. Yeah, they don't have emotional maturity out here. Mm-hmm. Wow. Somebody, could use their words, like as a defense mechanism. So, like somebody, I feel like, yeah, like somebody's truth, could be like, yeah, like a bee sting, or a wasp sting, like once somebody, opens their mouth and speaks some type of truth, yeah, it's gonna sting. It's gonna hurt. Uh-huh. Something about, yeah, the truth. So somebody, could receive some truth and, yeah, it could sting, it could hurt. So just be aware. Somebody definitely, yeah, could have been trying to use, like somebody's energy, like to charge themselves up. But somebody's also being told to be patient because strong bonds and connections are definitely, coming somebody's way. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be about to, like connect with others in a significant way. Somebody could be going through some type of physical renewal. Somebody, could be going through a healing process to where, they're learning, how to, like forgive and let go. Somebody, could drive a charger. Somebody possibly, yeah, could know that they're under the microscope. Or, this is like somebody knowing that, like somebody's intuition, is strong. Or, like somebody's third eye's open. So they know regardless, like somebody possibly, could find out whatever this is. Somebody's leveling up out here. Somebody's gonna learn some type of lessons as well. Why is this Knight of Swords here? Yeah, somebody could, yeah, ride a motorcycle. Somebody, could have a motorcycle accident or something like that. Yeah, but somebody's life is spinning out of control. They're going nowhere. They're risky and they lack self-motivation. Somebody's imbalanced out here. That could be why, you know, it's hard to reach somebody. So maybe somebody, you know, was trying to help somebody, you know, and yeah, they need to do some type of healing out here. Yeah, they're delaying time. Divine timing is at play. There definitely could be somebody, you know, that doesn't realize, you know, that, you know, divine timing is at play. But somebody definitely, yeah, could, like, receive some time, you know, so, yeah, like, locked up. But I feel like, yeah, because of somebody's procrastination, you know, because somebody, you know, you know, has been, you know, like, focused on, you know, like, somebody else's life, or focused on the wrong things, you know, yeah, they've been procrastinating, you know, like, yeah, like, getting on their path, or they've been procrastinating, you know, like, doing what the Most High, you know, wants them to do. Yeah, that's why their life is spinning out of control. I don't know if somebody, you know, wants, you know, like, somebody to, you know, believe that they're, you know, responsible, you know, for somebody's life spinning out of control. Because that's also what I'm picking up as well. Yeah, somebody sitting in stubbornness out here. They really think that somebody is going to surrender. They really think that somebody, you know, is, yeah, like, going to give up. And somebody's life is definitely, yeah, in regression. Somebody possibly, yeah, could be missing somebody. So somebody, you know, could be holding back their feelings, you know, holding back, saying, you know, telling somebody that they miss them or whatever. But yeah, be aware when it comes to, you know, like, yeah, like, revisiting the past. Somebody, you know, could be paying for photos as well. Something about a photo shoot could be significant, but somebody could be paying for photos, you know. So somebody, you know, could be paying, you know, like a undercover, you know, official or private investigator, you know, to, yeah, like, get some type of pictures on somebody, or get some type of proof on somebody. But there could also be somebody, you know, that could be just be looking at photos, you know, and yeah, like, remembering some stuff. But I feel like, yeah, it's something about the past. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be a rumor, a victim of some type of rumors. So yeah, some type of rumors, you know, were supposed to cause somebody, you know, like, some type of challenges on their spiritual journey. Yeah, somebody, you know, could have, you know, like, lit a candle on somebody, because if y'all see, there's a candle right there, but yeah, it's been snuffed out. So yeah, some type of candle magic, you know, didn't work on somebody. So somebody, you know, could be trying to do some type of damage control by, you know, like, yeah, like, telling somebody something. Maybe somebody, you know, told somebody, you know, some stuff, you know, and maybe, you know, they took it as, you know, like, unsolicited advice. They possibly, you know, realized that they should, you know, should have listened to it. Yeah, because no weapons are formed against somebody shall prosper out here. Something about a weapon. Somebody, you know, could have to surrender or give up a weapon. Somebody, you know, could, yeah, like, lie about a weapon. Something about some weapons. But yeah, no weapon formed against somebody shall prosper. So yeah, people, you know, were forming weapons against somebody to cause somebody to surrender and give up. There's somebody that possibly, yeah, wants, you know, some type of reconciliation with somebody. But somebody else being told to think things through. Yeah, trust your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Be careful of risky investments and risky people. Somebody, you know, is being told to gather information about their surroundings and people. Or yeah, that's what somebody should have done, you know. Or maybe that's what somebody, you know, was doing. But yeah, like, they, you know, like, overstepped some type of boundaries, you know. Yep, but divine timing is at play. So something about, yeah, time. So there could be somebody, you know, that could be, you know, like, learning a lesson about time out here. Yeah, we got the goat. Somebody's Chinese zodiac sign could be of a goat. Somebody, you know, could be a Capricorn. Somebody definitely, yeah, has faith out here. So faith without works is dead. But, you know, we only need to have a mustard seed of faith, you know, in order, you know, to, yeah, for something to take place. Somebody has, like creative energy out here. Somebody, wow. So somebody, yeah, thinks that they're the GOAT out here. Somebody thinks, that, yeah, like they're the greatest of all times. But yeah, they're sadly mistaken. This is the person that, yeah, is lost. They don't even know where they're going. Wow. Somebody definitely, yeah, could have tried to, like sacrifice somebody. Or somebody, was trying to do some type of damage control, by, like bringing some type of sacrifice to somebody's ancestors or something like that. Or, like they could have, like done some type of sacrifice, try to bring it to, I don't know why I just said sacrifice, but some type of offerings, to even like their, ancestors, and yeah, or, like some type of dark deities, and yeah, like, their ancestors, the dark deities, they don't want to have nothing to do with whatever this is. Somebody definitely, yeah, could have lied to the justice system, to get somebody to be under the microscope. But somebody's independent out here. Independent. Do you know what that means? Whoever this is, they don't. Somebody's free. Somebody has freed themselves. Somebody's freed themselves. Of, yeah, past people, past things. Past places that don't serve their highest good. But somebody, yeah, yeah, they can do some stuff on their own. So, somebody can take care of themselves on their own. Somebody, can, yeah, they don't need, to go through other people to get jobs. Somebody knows how to, like get a job on their own. Somebody doesn't need to go through other people to, have a roof over their head. Somebody can provide their own roof over their head. But somebody, could be taking the initiative, like to surrender or to give up out here. Or, like surrender something or, like give up something. Somebody's life could be regressing because, yeah, they could be realizing, that they, yeah, like should have, like did stuff different in their life, to be able to, like lead their life in an independent way. Somebody, could be, like numbing some type of pain, some type of hurt. Somebody, could have addictions or, yeah, something about, yeah, somebody's irrational behavior out here. It definitely is time for the Most High God to step in because that's who, the ultimate GOAT is. So it definitely, yeah, could be time, for the Most High God to step in. Yeah. But we have healing. So, yeah, somebody, could be, like going through some type of healing. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be seeing, yeah, through some type of illusions. So, yeah, somebody, knows, yeah, that people are trying to form weapons against them that, yeah, won't prosper. Somebody definitely, yeah, could know, that somebody, could have, yeah, like them under the microscope. Somebody definitely, yeah, is navigating through dangers, overcoming, like obstacles and challenges. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be going to therapy. Somebody, could be deciding to go to therapy, but this is after they've done, anything and everything under the sun, to try to cause somebody to surrender or to give up. Yeah, somebody's a game player out here. Somebody, could play basketball. But somebody, yeah, could have been trying to, like play some type of game. And yeah, I feel like somebody didn't think, that somebody, yeah, like knew, knew that they were playing the game. Somebody knows that they done dropped the ball out here. Yeah. Somebody, needs to know that, yeah, like the ball is in their court out here. But yeah, whoever this person is, I feel like, yeah, that they thought that they were, you know, like playing their game. And yeah, they could realize, you know, that, yeah, like, it was God's game, you know, the whole time. But somebody has old school ways of thinking. And time is definitely running out for somebody. I don't know, because on this card it says death is near. So for somebody, death definitely, yeah, could be near. Somebody's life, yeah, is turned upside down out here. Yeah, but there goes that miss you. So something about, yeah, somebody, you know, yeah, missing somebody. I don't know if somebody thought, you know, that somebody, you know, was going to wait for them. Somebody possibly, yeah, could be trying to figure out, you know, like what's coming up next. Or, you know, this could be, yeah, like in somebody's life. Somebody definitely, yeah, is meddling in somebody's life. Somebody definitely has somebody under the microscope for sure. But that's one of the major reasons why, yeah, their life is regressing, while somebody else's, you know, is, yeah, progressing. I don't know, you know, if somebody, you know, is saying that somebody's a threat out here. So that could be, you know, with somebody, you know, was saying somebody's a threat. So they could have, you know, even, you know, like reported, you know, to like, you know, like some type to the law officials that somebody, you know, is a threat. But yeah, they were lying. Yeah. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be overthinking some type of decision to basically, yeah, tell whatever they have to tell to somebody. Yeah, somebody wants to reveal some information to somebody. So yeah, somebody's being told, you know, like to take a deep breath. For somebody, yeah, it could be, you know, like, yeah, plan to get somebody arrested. So somebody, you know, could, yeah, be trying to, you know, like get somebody arrested. But somebody, you know, possibly could be realizing, you know, that it's not worth it. So we got to expect the call. So somebody definitely, yeah, could reach out to somebody. Somebody, yeah, feels like that somebody, you know, is, yeah, like a threat. But I feel like, yeah, like somebody definitely, yeah, could be a spiritual threat out here for sure. Somebody definitely, yeah, is being told, you know, like to protect their energy out here. Yeah, somebody's past definitely, yeah, could be hurting, you know, like their self-image. So something that somebody has done in the past, you know, yeah, it's hurting their self-image. So somebody, you know, could have low self-esteem, you know, their confidence, you know, could be taking a hit out here. But whoever this person is, yeah, another reason, you know, yeah, is because they're resistant to change. This is somebody that possibly, yeah, avoids, you know, like expressing their emotions out here. Somebody thinks that they're, yeah. So somebody, you know, got up in somebody's energy, you know, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And now they're trying to protect their energy from somebody, you know, that they was all up in their energy. How does that work? How does that work? Yep. Somebody's the selfish decisions is definitely, yeah, haunting them every day. So somebody, you know, possibly didn't take some type of advice to, you know, like protect their energy. Somebody could have told somebody protect your energy, and yeah, they laughed at somebody, you know, and yeah, kept doing whatever they were doing. Something definitely, yeah, could get caught on camera. Something about, yeah, some pictures. There could be some type of final ruling or some type of final judgment that could take place. So it definitely could have something to do with, yeah, the justice system. Yeah, somebody, you know, could realize that they got duped out here. So maybe somebody, you know, had somebody else watching somebody, you know, or maybe somebody, you know, like went to a high priestess or something, you know, and yeah, they were supposed to get some information, you know, and they find out that they got duped. It's not the information, it wasn't true, or, you know, we got addiction treatment. So somebody possibly, yeah, could be going to, getting some treatment for addiction. That could be why somebody, could want to surrender and give up, to the justice system. We got August. So August could be significant. There could be some type of final ruling or some type of final judgment that could take place in August. You could be seeing the angel number 1244. Somebody definitely is being told to stay balanced, grounded, and focused at this time. That could have been something that somebody told somebody, protect your energy, stay balanced, stay grounded, stay focused. But we got lack of reciprocation. It's a drought. So somebody's thirsty. Somebody's thirsty for somebody's energy. Because I was about to say lack of precipitation. So something about, some rain. There could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio that's involved. But yeah, lack of reciprocation. So somebody lacked, reciprocating, energy, time, love, understanding, whatever. Yeah, somebody lacked out here. But yeah, trust your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Because yeah, somebody's on point out here. I feel like whatever somebody's saying, like somebody's on point. So somebody, could be acting like, that somebody doesn't know what they're talking about. Somebody, could be acting like, what somebody's saying, is harming more than helping. But yeah, like somebody's on point. Yeah. So be aware, because there definitely could be somebody, that wants somebody to stoop to their level, but it's not going to happen. Somebody definitely, thought that somebody would play along. But somebody didn't play along, when it comes to their game. Yeah, somebody is going the wrong way out here. Yeah, somebody don't even know where they're going. Maybe somebody told somebody was going the wrong way, but and still they laughed at somebody. Yeah, whoever this is, they belittle somebody's achievements. Yeah, they're not happy for somebody. Somebody possibly could be getting sentenced 24 to 48 months. So that could be some type of final ruling or some type of final judgment, that could take place. Yes, but somebody has, like some type of unchecked emotions out here. Somebody definitely, could need to get some therapy. Somebody needs to go to addiction treatment. So somebody, could be, like hiding, like some type of addiction. So we got blowing up the phone. So somebody definitely, could blow up somebody's phone. Possibly, trying to reach somebody. So going back to, like somebody can't reach somebody. Yeah, we got the buses here, so throw them under. So somebody, could throw somebody under the bus. So somebody, could try to, blame somebody, for something. Somebody definitely, is guilty out here. For sure. But yeah, somebody definitely needs to know that, their ancestors have their hands in something. There could be a jealous friend that could be involved. So there could be a jealous friend that could be, like blowing up somebody's phone out here. Somebody, could have gotten duped by, like a jealous friend. Yep. We got a bag. So somebody definitely, could have to surrender some money. But somebody, could receive, some information. It could have something to do with a new job or a raise. Somebody, could be getting a new job or a new raise. Somebody, could be under the microscope. So they could have started a new job, So somebody, could be trying to, somebody's boss could be trying to figure out, somebody, has, like done the work in order, like to get some type of raise. I feel like somebody's a hardworking person out here. So somebody definitely, could be getting a raise. This could be a physical raise or a spiritual raise. But somebody definitely, could be trying to get a rise out of somebody. Yeah. Somebody definitely is. They could be on their high horse, or they were on their high horse, and I feel like they done got knocked off of their high horse. Somebody could like to ride horses, but somebody definitely could have to like travel like a short journey somewhere. So this could be for like a job. Mm-hmm. There's also somebody, that, they could have, like belittled somebody's achievement, or like somebody's, like somebody's a parent, like somebody, they could have been trying to belittle somebody, for, like their parenting skills. Mm-hmm. Wow. But somebody definitely, could be trying to do some type of damage control. Somebody definitely, could have some type of meeting with a stranger, that could be, like important. Somebody's being told, to keep their life in balance. Yeah, something about a Libra. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got frying pan. So somebody definitely, could have jumped out of the pot into the frying pan. Somebody definitely, could try to, like lie about somebody, like trying to, cause some type of trouble. Or, there's some accusations that definitely, could be brewing. Mm-hmm. Somebody definitely is about to, like get in trouble out here. For sure. Mm-hmm. But there's an exciting event that definitely is about to take place. And it definitely has something to do with, like somebody's happiness out here. Uh-huh. Yeah, there's a change. There's a change for the better that's about to take place. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There are somebody or some people that definitely, were targeting, like a goal-oriented person out here. This could be at work for somebody. Yeah, they have to surrender. They have to give up. Yeah, there goes that valley. So I don't know, somebody, they could, live in California, drive to California. Something about, the valley. But somebody has deep personal strength and peace that assures, their success. So this is like, somebody, like, being in the valley, like not on top of the mountain and still, they're guaranteed success out here. We got a casket. So somebody definitely, could be going out of somebody's life. Or, it's the end of a situation out here. It's the end of somebody, being in the valley. Yeah, so this is like, so the tables could be turning. So somebody, that was on their high horse. So somebody, on top of the mountain. Yeah, they're getting ready to be in the valley while somebody else is on top of the mountain. We got November. So something could take place in November. Somebody, could have to take some type of short journey in November. Somebody could be a Sagittarius or Scorpio or a Sagittarius. Yep. But thy rod and thy staff comfort somebody. Yeah. Somebody definitely needs to know that, they will be taken care of in difficult times out here. So, the Most High God, is, giving somebody, like reassurance. Mm-hmm. Something about, reassurance. But somebody's ancestors definitely, have their hands in something special. Somebody is being told to be aware of great pride. And they're definitely, somebody that could possibly, be trying to come between somebody and a friend. Or something, like that somebody wants out here. This could be that jealous friend. Or this could be... Somebody definitely, could be being watched, like at work. And they don't even know it. When I split the deck, we got a Jezebel and an entity attachment. So, spirits. Jezebel spirits, entities, Somebody could have, the spirit of Jezebel on them. Somebody could have an entity attached to them. Yeah, it came right back out. Entity attachment. So somebody definitely has an entity attached to them. There could be an entity. Somebody, could have been trying to attach, like an entity onto somebody. And like even this entity, they have to surrender and give up. Or somebody trying to attach an entity to somebody, they have to surrender and give up. It's not working. They're trying to cause some type of destruction. Or there's an entity, that definitely, could be causing some type of destruction in somebody's life. Somebody could be, 49 years old or born in 1994. Yeah, there goes that third party. So something definitely is trying to come between some people, or like something that somebody wants. Yeah, somebody's too distracted out here. Somebody has an entity. So there could be an entity that's attached to somebody that could be causing somebody to be distracted. That could be causing somebody to waste time, whatever this is. But there definitely could be a person. So y'all see that person in the middle that could be trying to get in the middle of two people. Somebody could have allowed somebody to get in the middle of like them and somebody else, and they basically realized that they got duped. Somebody's a star seed out here. Yeah, and somebody definitely is on the right path out here. Somebody could be 36 years old. Somebody could be born in 1963. Somebody could be born in 1966. You could be seeing the angel number 666. Something about the devil, because most people, when they see the angel number 666, they automatically think the devil. But if y'all look at this entity attachment, it has horns on it. So something about the devil. Like the devil could have to surrender, you know what I mean? Or they have to give somebody up, so they have to release somebody. That's for somebody, not everybody. Somebody possibly realizes that it's time for for them to get on the right path out here. But somebody's a star seed out here for sure, because it's at the bottom of the deck. Divine feminine. So you could be a divine feminine. Somebody could be 42 years old or 24 years old. Somebody definitely could have been trying to attach an entity to like a divine feminine. There could be somebody that they could have been mad because they felt like that a divine feminine came between them and somebody else. Something about two past people came between them and a relationship. I don't know. Somebody there. So there could be somebody that thinks that like somebody So say like somebody thinks that somebody cheated on them. And so like somebody thinks a masculine energy cheated on them. I'm just using this as an example. And they think that a masculine energy cheated on them with a female. Somebody could find out that they were cheated on, but it was with a male. But somebody definitely is about to receive some karma out here for trying to manipulate. Trying to use some type of manipulation, like trying to play some type of game. I feel like if there is a divine feminine, they probably were playing the game, but it just wasn't these people's game. They were playing God's game. Somebody definitely could have spread some type of false narrative. So there could be somebody that they're mad because they can't reach somebody, or they're mad because like somebody has them blocked out, or they're mad because somebody's guarded, and so they decided to spread some type of false narrative. So somebody could be born in 1989 or 1998. So somebody definitely could have something to tell somebody. Be aware, of like gossip as well, because I'm picking up on gossip too. We got achievement. So somebody definitely is about to achieve something. But somebody else was trying to achieve something by like using some type of manipulation. Trying to manipulate people to think that they're a nice guy. Possibly to their family. Somebody's whole family, could have an entity attached to them. I don't know if somebody's whole family, has to surrender or give up. Somebody definitely could be wanting to manipulate somebody to believe You know, that, yeah, like they want to have a family with somebody, but yeah, they really don't. Yeah, we got voodoo. So yeah, somebody definitely, yeah, could have been doing some type of voodoo. I don't know if somebody, you know, spread false narrative, you know, saying that somebody, you know, did some voodoo. But somebody definitely, yeah, could have done some voodoo because they were expecting, yeah, some type of abundance out here that they basically, yeah, have to surrender or give up. Or somebody, you know, yeah, thought that, you know, like there was an entity that was going to take over somebody. And so, yeah, they were waiting, you know, for the entity to take over somebody so that they could, yeah, like, so somebody, you know, could have to give up some type of abundance out here. But we got, yeah, a priestess. Somebody could be a high priestess out here. But somebody definitely, yeah, could have went to a priestess. Yeah, somebody's moving on. There could be an entity that, yeah, definitely, yeah, could be moving on. Somebody could be born, you know, like in 1960. Yeah, freedom 10 miles. I don't know if y'all can see on that sign back there, but it says freedom 10 miles. So somebody, yeah, is moving on. There's a entity, you know, that, yeah, like, could be, you know, like looking for another host out here. So be aware. Somebody's family, you know, could have to tell them something. Somebody's a rising star out here. Yeah, star seed, rising star. Yeah, heavy Aquarius out here. Somebody could be born in 1977. Somebody, you know, could have been, yeah, like trying to do some type of voodoo to cause somebody to be in poverty out here. There's also somebody or some people, yeah, spread a false narrative because, yeah, like somebody, you know, speaks the truth out here. Somebody definitely, yeah, could, you know, like pass away. For sure. But yeah, we got divinity. So somebody, you know, is operating in their divinity out here. Somebody definitely, yeah, has a you know, like a guardian angel that watches over them. Yeah, and we got health concern. So somebody definitely, yeah, could have, you know, like some type of health issues. It definitely could have something to do with the voodoo that they was doing. But yeah, there goes that faith. Wow. I don't know. Somebody, you know, yeah, they possibly, you know, could have tried to do some type of voodoo. So they were too busy, you know, to get a job, or they were too busy, you know, or yeah, they were too, you know, they were too lazy, you know, to get a job or whatever. So yeah, they were trying to do voodoo, you know, to, yeah, like get some money, or, you know, like somebody, you know, could have said somebody, you know, done voodoo to, you know, like, yeah, like get a job, or, you know, like get some finances, get a home or whatever. Yeah, but I feel like somebody is from like a family that does voodoo out here. So that could be what somebody has to tell somebody something. So yeah, but they came against, you know, a star seed, you know, they came against maybe, I don't know, because this is stupid and it's weird. We got eviction. So somebody, you know, could get evicted out here. Or somebody, you know, could have lied to try to get somebody evicted. We got stay prayed up. So somebody, you know, is being told, you know, like to stay prayed up out here. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with a T. But yeah, somebody's scared shitless out here. Yeah. And somebody definitely, yeah, is watching somebody like a hawk, for sure. Somebody, you know, could be, yeah, like on alcohol and drugs. So something about, yeah, treatment addiction. But there is somebody that could be scared shitless, you know, that keeps asking people about somebody, but nobody, you know, like will tell them anything. But somebody definitely, yeah, could, you know, like receive some type of truth within the next 10 days. Somebody definitely needs to know that, yeah, like there's an ancestor, you know, that is among them. Yep. But yeah, like nobody believes somebody out here. So if somebody, you know, is spreading, you know, like some type of false narrative, yeah, like nobody believes them. In the next 10 days, somebody definitely, yeah, could, you know, like get some type of eviction out here. But this is a part of somebody's karma. We got a Libra, so there could be a Libra out here. We got July, so something definitely could take place, you know, like in July. But yeah, whatever somebody was doing, yeah, they were fueled by greed. Somebody definitely, could want to try to, you know, come together with somebody with this union. Somebody, you know, could like work, you know, for, you know, like the union or something like that. But yeah, somebody definitely is being told, you know, like to continue to stay balanced out here. Within the next 10 days, yeah, somebody possibly doesn't have nowhere to go. But friends are definitely, talking. Somebody could be a psychic, or, you know, like somebody, you know, could like go to a psychic, and so yeah, they could find out some type of truth. Yeah, somebody's healthy out here. So I don't know if somebody spread a false narrative that somebody was on alcohol and drugs and woo yada yada, but yeah, nobody believes them. Yeah. So somebody, you know, could have heard something from somebody. Yeah, they ate the wrong information. It could be a psychic, you know. So somebody could have went to a psychic, and yeah, a psychic told them all lies, and so yeah, they ate the wrong information when it comes to, you know, from a psychic out here. Yeah, somebody, you know, could have done some type of beauty spell on somebody. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with a C. Somebody could be from Connecticut. Maybe somebody, you know, maybe somebody's, you know, like appearance has changed, but for the better. So people could have been like, oh, they doing voodoo. Oh, they doing spells, you know, to make themselves look beautiful. But somebody definitely, done some type of beauty spell. On somebody. And now they're scared shitless. And they keep asking people about the same person that they did some type of beauty spell on them or voodoo on them. And yeah, nobody won't tell them nothing. But this is the same person that, could have spread some type of false narrative about somebody. Yeah, this is somebody that definitely is overthinking now. Yeah, we got May. So something, you know, could have taken place in May. Somebody could have been overthinking since May. Or somebody, you know, they're just an overthinker. Yeah, but somebody's also lacking faith, while somebody definitely, has faith. I feel like somebody definitely has faith, more faith than a mustard seed out here. Somebody possibly, could be overthinking, you know, about somebody meeting somebody new. Or, somebody, you know, could possibly, meet somebody new. Going back to somebody, you know, could come in contact with a stranger. So there are some people that could be praying, you know, for mercy and forgiveness out here. Because somebody definitely, was being dishonest, or be aware, you know, of like somebody, you know, like praying for mercy and forgiveness. I feel like it's because, karma is hitting them. Yeah, somebody's a thief out here. Somebody could be praying for mercy and forgiveness because, they stole something from somebody. This could be money, you know. But we got a Capricorn, so yeah, happy Capricorn. Yep, somebody's having sleepless nights out here. Yep. Somebody definitely is being told, you know, like, to trust the process. Because everything, is falling in place. We got a Scorpio, so there could be a Scorpio involved. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with a D. Somebody could be from Washington, D.C. Or something about a CD is significant. But there is somebody that definitely, feels like a fool out here. Or they're about to. Because they possibly, gave somebody the short end of the stick out here. So somebody definitely, could be tired of waiting out here. So I don't know. Somebody could be tired of, you know, like waiting for some money. Maybe somebody was told somebody, you know, I'll give you X amount of dollars, you know. Like if you, you know, take them out, you know. So somebody could have went to a dark priestess, you know, and said, I'll pay this amount of money to take them out. Well, it ain't gonna happen. So whoever the dark priestess is, they could, you know, turn around and like do some type of, you know, like some type of voodoo, some type of, you know, curse or whatever on whoever this is that said that they were gonna pay, you know, for like to take somebody out, but they can't take somebody out. But going back to somebody, you know, like planning to get somebody arrested, they could be scared shitless now. But just be aware. Somebody could have an entourage. Something about, somebody having, you know, like some followers. Or a lot of people, you know, that they hang around. But something about, the past. Old news. Something is old news. Yeah. I don't know if somebody's trying to get somebody arrested, trying to say that somebody, is like guilty by association, but it's something about, somebody being guilty by association because of the people that they hang around. So this could be, spiritually guilty by association, So yeah, your homegirl does voodoo on a starseed, so yeah, and you're around this person, or yeah, they tell you about it, and yeah, like, you still around this person? Okay, well, you can get that karma too. Somebody's first, middle, last name can start with a J. JT, CJ, JD, DJ. Yeah, somebody's a woman child out here. Somebody definitely, could be cold as ice, So somebody definitely, could be guarded, Somebody definitely, could be hard to reach. I feel like, because somebody, somebody knows something. Going back to, under the microscope. Somebody, could know a lot about a lot of people. Maybe that's why some people, possibly, could have thought, that somebody, was like watching them like a hawk. I feel like, somebody, they just pick up our energy, or somebody's third eye's open. Somebody's intuition is it's on. We got Pisces season. So something, could have taken place in Pisces season. Somebody, could be, could have been, like under the microscope since Pisces season. Somebody, could have met somebody in Pisces season. Somebody, could be, like a Pisces. Yep. But something about, Pisces season. So something that was done behind somebody's back, definitely will be shown to them. Yeah, somebody definitely, teamed up with the devil. So there could be some type of bad accident that could take place. So something about, a motorcycle accident, a car accident, or something like that. But somebody definitely, teamed up with the devil. So sucks to be them. And so, somebody, could, like get into a bad accident out here. Somebody possibly, could cause a bad accident, which, somebody, could have to, like surrender or turn themselves in. Somebody definitely could have to be a defendant in a like a big criminal case out here. Somebody definitely could have teamed up with the devil to try to cause somebody a bad accident. But somebody definitely could be trying to save face, but they realized that like it might be too late. So somebody definitely could have been under the microscope since Pisces season. Or somebody met somebody in Pisces season. I feel like somebody definitely was holding back a lot of information from somebody. Somebody definitely owes money to multiple people. So there's somebody that like something could have happened as far as like this bad accident, because people could have been trying to get their money back, or whatever have you. This could be somebody that owes money to whoever's resonating with this message. But just be aware, because whoever this is, that possibly, has something to tell somebody, they possibly want to guilt trip somebody. So somebody definitely, doesn't need to allow this person to guilt trip them, because whoever this person is, they definitely, show fake love to somebody. Somebody definitely, could have been divinely guided out of a situation, or divinely guided away from this situation, or like somebody, had a choice, to be divinely guided out of something, or like stay in something. Yeah, we got a karmic masculine. So there's a karmic masculine that's involved that, shows somebody fake love, that could be a defendant in a big criminal case that owes money, to multiple people, that, teamed up with the devil. They tried to save face, but they, realize it may be too late. They're not happy because, they've been cut off. Whoever this person is, somebody definitely, could have had, like a spiritual connection with this person. But, there's a spiritual connection that has been cut off. Whoever this is, they're shaking in their boots. This is somebody that, is going through an identity crisis. They're in denial about, like who they are. Yep, we got June, July, August. I mean, we are in June, so yeah, this could be, like going on now. But something, could have, started since Pisces season. For somebody, like whoever this person is, they could have been under the Most High God's microscope since, Pisces season. Or they could have been under, like somebody's ancestors' microscope since Pisces season. But yeah, somebody, could be shaking in their boots, and it could definitely have something to do with some hospital records. So somebody definitely needs to know that, somebody's ancestors are definitely, proud of them. The hospital records could have something to do with some type of bad accident. Or something about, a fake doctor, because I just saw a fake doctor. Somebody could be shaking in their boots because they definitely, could be about to go through some type of public embarrassment out here. So maybe that's why somebody wants to surrender or wants to give up. Yeah. Please take your guard down. I love you. So somebody wants somebody to take their guard down. Somebody wants to convince somebody, that like they love them. After, like somebody, done shown fake love for a very long time. Yeah, somebody, trying to use somebody's so-called weaknesses against them. Yeah, they're shaking in their boots. So we got self-improvement time. So somebody, would benefit, with like improving, their selves in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But somebody didn't take no time, like to like improve themselves. But we got good karma. So somebody definitely, could be about to, like receive some good karma out here. Somebody, could receive some type of public embarrassment, and it definitely has something to do with, like counseling or therapy, or somebody, could be shaking in their boots when it comes to, like some type of counseling or therapy. Or somebody try to go to counseling and therapy, trying to save face, but it's too late. Or now somebody wants to go to counseling or therapy, but a leopard can't change his spots. Somebody definitely, could feel like all hope is lost. Yeah, somebody definitely, could be in spiritual jail or prison. Scorpio, Pisces. Yeah, somebody has high integrity out here. And somebody definitely, could be an honest individual. So that could be why somebody's shaking in their boots. They could have spread some type of false narrative about somebody, and nobody believes them. Whoever this is, busted, disgusted, never to be trusted. Whoever this person is, like somebody, could have been in some type of long-term commitment with this person. Somebody definitely, could be about to go through some type of public embarrassment, because of some type of long-term commitment. Or, like somebody has to surrender. They have to give up, something. This could be, like a spiritual connection with somebody. But whoever this is, they were expecting different results. So they were expecting somebody to surrender to them, give up to them, or, they were expecting whatever they were doing, like to work. Yep. But somebody definitely, needs to remember that whoever this is has already showed them who they are. Busted, disgusted, and, never to be trusted. So somebody possibly, could be realizing, what the power of choice does for you. But somebody possibly, could be determined, like to set the record straight. We got a Cancer, so there's a Cancer involved. Somebody definitely is being told to stay in their lane and keep moving forward. Because whoever this is, they're not happy that they've been cut off. Whoever this is, they're being extra, doing too much. So somebody definitely, could be going through about to go through some type of public embarrassment for, being extra and doing too much. So instead of somebody, like surrendering or giving up, they kept going or they kept doing too much. So now somebody's determined to set the record straight, possibly because somebody, could be freeing themselves from whoever this person is. Yep. whoever this person is, they could be shaking in their boots because, yeah, they could be being exposed for some type of exploitation out here. Somebody's a liar. Somebody done wreaked havoc. Yeah, they're a problem to society out here. There could be some arguing going on back and forth. But somebody definitely, is trying to block somebody's intuition. And this is somebody that definitely, been spreading lies about somebody to get the heat off of them. Something about this could be significant. Whoever this is, they like to indirectly impose their beliefs or standards on others. Somebody, could be being exposed for exploiting people, when it comes, like to a sexual way or something like that. Yeah, the ghost disappears when life gets tough. So yeah, somebody disappeared on somebody, maybe when somebody's life got tough. But this is also too, going back to somebody spreading lies, to get the heat off of them. So somebody could have told their family, oh, they disappeared on me, because I'm going through all of this, yada yada. Be aware, of like somebody using some type of fake phone numbers, to communicate with somebody. We got released from jail or prison. Somebody, could be being released from jail or prison. Somebody, could be being released, from spiritual jail or prison. Somebody could have, like gotten released from jail or prison and, basically, continue to do the same things, that they were doing, to, get themselves in prison. That could be who, could be under the microscope or ever since somebody got released from jail or prison, they've been being watched out here. Yep. It could be, by the Most High God or by their ancestors. Somebody, could have been given a second chance, like to do it right. Somebody still chose, to do it wrong. So, oh well. Don't allow whoever this is to, guilt trip. Yep, but we got out with the old and in with the new. So, something new, is coming somebody's way. Yeah. Somebody definitely, could have defeated a narcissist out here. And somebody's days are numbered, for sure. Yep, so somebody is being told, to continue to demonstrate courage, strength, and gratitude. Yeah, somebody's strength is unmatched out here. And for somebody, somebody's lone wolf days are over. So somebody's single, somebody's lone wolf days, could be over out here. Wow. Anything else, Holy Spirit? There's also somebody that definitely is jealous of somebody. Somebody's strength is unmatched when it comes, to their third eye, for sure. We got May 10th, so something, could have taken place May 10th. Somebody's marriage could be fraudulent out here. So somebody, could find out that somebody's marriage is fraudulent. Or somebody, could be going through some type of public embarrassment about a fraudulent marriage. Somebody could have tried to put somebody in a fraudulent marriage, only, to put something on somebody, to get them arrested. Somebody definitely, could be trying to, cause somebody, sleep disturbances out here. Yeah, somebody abandoned their principles for money out here. And so, the truth will be revealed. Somebody definitely, has a very unclean reputation out here. And be aware, because there is a curious critter that is looking for crumbs out here. But as I always say, y'all, keep your head held high and your middle finger higher, and everything's going to turn out in your favor. With that being said, y'all, that's been your message. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.